in your folder is this little reminder check sheet for you guys to be familiar with this. After each storm, be sure to fill the truck with gas before returning to the shop. So if you have a diesel truck, you can bring the truck back, and you know, if you want to fill it, that's fine. If not, you know, we can just fill that on site, and that's okay. The same thing with propane. However, if you have a gas truck, definitely you need to fill the truck before you bring it back. Okay, that is part of your job. You got to do it.
Sometimes you got to fill it up anyways when you go back to your second pass or your third pass. So in between.
Well, if you have propane, you shouldn't have to. Okay, and then one thing I forgot to mention on the paperwork is, you know, if you don't plow somebody, you can't just leave it blank. You have to write skip, you know, and then a reason why. You know, sometimes after Christmas, you know, Mr. Jones gets a new snowblower and he you know, he does his house and he does 3 other neighbors all around him because he's having so much fun. That'll wear off, okay? But some, you know, if you get there and it's all snowblowed or something, then you just write, you know, no, somebody snowblowed, you know, skip, you know, customer shoveled it before I got there or whatever. Now, if we get there the first pass and we do it and they go and clean it up, we're still billing them for that. So. But just recognize that, you know, make a note that they cleaned it up or whatever.
I have a question.
Yes.
So I think I've asked you this question a couple times. So some of us have a lot of houses, and by the time you get to like your last house, that customer's pretty much upset because depending on the amount of snow or whatever, is it all right to start your the last one on your list and work back some storms, like swap them, like one storm I'll start my list going through, maybe the next storm I'll start at the bottom and work my way back.
Right.
Just so that customer thinks it's not like, well, I'm the last one on the list all the time.
Right.
I'm gonna expect that I'm gonna be stuck in my house the whole freaking day, you know what I mean?
Right. You know, that all depends on the timing of the storm. Yeah. If we can start plowing at 7 p.m. and we can have everybody done by 7 a.m., you know, that guy's the happiest.
Yeah, because he's cleaned the center.
He got cleaned 5 minutes before he's leaving. Yeah. And the first guy's not happy because he still has 6 inches of new snow from the last time you were there. Yeah. You know, so it doesn't always matter. Yeah. You know, but sometimes that is a strategy, and you know, if the same person's calling all the time, and you know, we might have to do something different. But
there's one on Parmenter, like I mean, but sometimes her husband does the driveway himself. Sometimes we do it, but
right.
She's like, oh, well, yeah, you weren't here all day.
So I would not, on your own accord, do that. You know, you definitely want to talk to the snow commander about that. Okay. The same thing with shoveling. If you got there and it was already shoveled and it's on your shovel list, you know, just write, you know, no customer shoveled. Okay. So it's important that every job has either a time that you did it, a check mark that you shoveled it, or a skip written next to it, so it's very clear for billing, okay? Adding customers to your list. There is an add-on sheet in your folder there as well. The add-on sheet is a nice sheet for you to just fill in. If we call you and ask you to do somebody new or whatever, sometimes if it's just 1 or 2, whatever, you can write it on your regular plow route sheet. But if it gets to be more than 1 or 2, it becomes too messy and they're scribbled all over the place and everybody writes too big or too small and we can't find it, and it's easy to just fill in the lines right on the add-on sheet. So just use that add-on sheet and write down whatever it is that you did, plow, shovel, salt, you know, whatever, and make sure that you use that add-on sheet. Maybe you can dig in and see if there's an add-on sheet there that we can show the video.
This one.
Okay.
Where would they be? I mean, these are all pretty well.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
Okay, so this is an add-on sheet here. Okay, so it's pretty easy to fill in. Just fill it in. Time you're there, the name, address, town, what they want it done.
No, my question is with that is, like, say for some guys, like Joey's been here for so long, so he probably knows, but if we're doing an add-on and they ask for like price-wise, is there like a bottom number that we give them, tell them it might be more, it might be less, but this is the fixed number you're looking at?
More than likely, you're not gonna run into too many customers there, you know, outside in the snowstorm and whatever. You know, if they call, I mean, if someone asks, I mean, we typically have a $50 minimum for plowing.
That'd be
You
like
know,
a standard driveway, but if we went to
Right.
Paul and Ari's house, that's probably like a $90 one.
Right.
Just how much time it's gonna take you there. It's gonna take you a half hour to be there. You know, like a standard driveway, which for like a not even a half hour, probably be 15 minutes, would be $50 usually, right?
Mhm.
You have judgment, but at that point, you know, you call in the office and Ron would, you know, be like, hey, how big do you think it is? Ballpark it, and
Right.
go from there. But
Okay.
that would be like the standard, is like $50.
Okay, so after you fuel your truck, you gotta get the trash out, okay? I am so tired of the trucks being a disaster. Once we're done landscaping, all the trucks will have gone through, and it'll be clean given to you, and I want it clean coming back every single time. All the garbage, trash, leftover McDonald's hamburgers, whatever, I don't want behind the seat, okay? So, also, snow blowers should be out, not left in the truck overnight, no, they should be out, you know, back into the shop. And then if there's bulk sand, like in your dump truck, you know, we can dump that. I mean, depending on the guy that you are, if you know where to dump it and all that, that's fine. Some guys don't know that, just leave it in and we can dump it when we go through the trucks again. And then there's also a repair request, which is our standard blue sheet in there. So if there's anything wrong with your truck, my mirror's not, you know, keeps going out of adjustment, my backup light doesn't work, I have a headlight that's out, my plow's acting funny, you know, there's a funny noise in my truck, you know, anything, we need to know about that right away when you turn your paperwork in, so that Jeff can get right on it and get that truck productive for you for the next storm. We didn't talk about this yet, but if you have any issues during the storm, you got a flat tire, your plow won't go, or you know, whatever, you know, you're calling Snow Commander. We've got Craig would be our on-site, you know, mechanic 24 hours during the storm. You know, if you have a broken hose or whatever, sometimes, you know, we got a few guys that can change hoses, my brother Mike or whatever, so if you're in Framingham, you know, he can maybe hook up with you and, you know, change the hose and you know, fill your fluid and get you back on the road. Hopefully you can limp home to the shop and Craig can get you tuned up and get you turned right around, okay? We also try to have at least one backup truck, so sometimes if the truck goes down hard, we can get you back in a different truck. So, so that's kind of the scoop on repairs. I think that we've gone through this paperwork checklist sheet, but this is also in your folder that you can just look at, you know, so once you get familiar with this, you won't have to keep looking at it, bless you. But, you know, you should look at this when you go through your sheet, go through your list. So, let's just talk a little bit about, I don't know if we should talk about plowing strategy.